All right. Hey, everybody. It's Sip with Sue time. I am Szu-Moy, and I'm here with my sister, Su-Yen. And of course, every Friday we come together and we sip on some wine. We thank goodness TGIF. It's Friday. And we just kind of sit down and chat with different real people doing real things extraordinarily is what I like to call it. And so this is my chat time. This is my downtime. I hope it's your downtime. And of course, always happy hour time. So good things all around. This month, since it is the first Friday of March, and it is March, it's Women's History Month. And so I want to dedicate every Friday from here on out to celebrating women. So women have played such a huge role, everywhere, in every capacity that you can think of. But yet, we have had in the past and still do, unfortunately, need to break barriers and, have to go through a lot of different obstacles and like uphill battles to be seen and to be heard. So, what I want to talk about is celebrating women and just talking about the different women who rock, who inspire, who have led us. And of course, talking with my sister here, Sue. And we don't have to go very far. She's just in Tampa, Florida. And of course, we're here on video. It's like she's right here. But I'm bringing her in because we don't really go too far, right? At all when we are looking at people who've inspired us. And Su-Yen is coming from Tampa, Florida. She's a graphic designer who owns her business, but she's always been an artist. So she's always been creating visual beauty. And for that, you've always been an inspiration to me because I've always seen you do all this artwork ever since I was little growing up. And I'm like, I want to do that too. So my crafty little artsy things that I do here and there was definitely inspired by the things that you've done. So I wanted to bring you on and just give like a little bit of, kind of background on what you've done and then kind of like go through who inspires you. I mean, on the art field, on different fronts, who rocks to you as a woman and who's inspired you?
Well, thanks for having me here. And
Of course.
I definitely was looking at that tank top and wondering what's up with that.
Oh, you like my tank top. So this tank top is my Powered by Ramen tank top. Of course, made by you, right?
Oh, no, I
It
did not
wasn't
make
made
it.
by you.
No, I did not.
Who made it?
Um, Somebody else made it,
Okay.
but
I love it because we love ramen. Of course, we're sisters, twinning.
yes. So it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned, but
No.
this is a great story that will definitely go with the whole sisterhood. So one
Yes.
of my really
Yeah.
good friends, another foodie in crime,
Hmm.
um, shot me this shirt. And it was one of those days that you're having one of those crappy days. And it's just a girlfriend sitting there, bringing you up. So she shot it to me because it's like we love ramen, we love food,
Hmm.
we love Asian food, any type of Asian food. We do
Hmm.
not discriminate.
Nope.
But, and then you saw it and I got it for everyone.
Yeah, I saw her wear that and I was like, I must have that shirt because again, Autumn. So Autumn's my bestie and we're like freaking ramen like crazies.
Yeah. I
Anytime
mean,
we get together, it's like, show me the ramen. Where can we go to get ramen? So it's like
it's
a
good
little
ramen
mini
for
reunion.
me, you know, or some
Yeah,
Vietnamese, whatever.
for sure, for
So,
sure.
yeah,
So food is always in our hearts, noodles,
yes,
hearts and bellies.
definitely a social thing for sure.
For
So,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, so who inspired me women wise? Well, starting from the rock point of view, definitely, Anne and Nancy Wilson. Who
Mm-hmm.
hasn't? Nancy, her guitar chops are like, just as good as the boys,
Mm-hmm.
and Anne has an amazing voice, always has, always will. Even though she's kind of, I mean, everyone ages. I mean, even if you listen to her now, although we miss that. I have to keep
Definitely.
opening up that newspaper. It was like, Ann Wilson, what are you doing tonight? We missed it, yes, in San Antonio. But that would have been
Mm-hmm.
awesome because I've seen her a couple times. But even if you check out a video of her singing now, she is amazing. She knows how to control her voice, even though she has a well seasoned voice.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Benatar, another one. you know,
Yes.
or
Yeah. We've had
or
she's been a
Dow
huge influence. Yeah.
or
And
Dow's
then
from
there's,
Long Island.
yeah, so that was something that I actually didn't know. I didn't know that she was from our, she's from our hometown. We're from Long Island, New York, born and raised, right? And didn't know that she's a Long Island girl too, which is super cool. But a lot of controversy right now going on with Pat. Controversy in the terms of when is when is everybody else going to come in and give credit where credit is due? And that goes back to women playing a huge role in different things in their respective areas. And Pat Benatar has come in. She sings. She's amazing. She's been doing. She has been a trailblazer. For women in the rock arena in that field, and yet she has yet to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. Like I said, she's the Susan Lucci of that. That is just disgusting. Disgusting, I tell you, folks. Where's that petition? Let's start it now. I can tell you, I remember when that LP came out,
Hmm.
and she was amazing. And the fact that she was amazing was the fact that you could stop the music and you could hear her 4.5 octave voice. This little pint size. What is she? Maybe 5 foot.
Hmm.
And she can belt this stuff out without any music,
Hmm.
you know? And
Yep.
just listening to that, it threw everybody out because everyone was like, who is this person? She was everywhere, and the
Hmm.
fact that she hasn't, I mean, this year, what did they say? They nominated her. Not good enough. Not
Hmm.
good enough, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
even going to, what is it? I was telling you about Susie Quattro. They totally snubbed her. She hasn't
Hmm.
even gotten a nomination. And people like Joan Jett, Leah Ford,
Hmm.
um,
That were all influenced by her, again celebrating women and seeing like she was a trailblazer, and then look at how many amazing stars came out of you know her, from her inspiration and her doing what she was doing. Joan Jett came out of it, Lita Ford came out of it, all these other people. But give credit where credit is due.
yeah, they should, I don't know why, but it's unfortunate. I mean, even Janet Jackson, when she got her award, she's like, there needs to be more women. And it's like,
Hmm.
amen. What is going on? So hopefully they'll do something about it. But yeah, I will be definitely looking out for those petitions. I will be signing it.
Yes, me too. Everybody go Pat. It's Pat 2021.
This is just ridiculous,
Yeah,
So,
totally. So, what about some folks that have inspired you through maybe some other qualities outside of music?
um, well, kind of piggybacking on Black History Month that we just
Hmm.
came out of. Um, Anytime I read, and I can't even sit there and say, like, if you ask me what's your favorite, quote or something, it's Maya Angelou. Anything she
Okay.
writes is inspiring. It just is. It just puts a smile on my face.
Hmm.
You don't even have to put a colored background behind it. You know what I'm saying? Just the
Yes.
words
Yeah.
itself. It's so powerful knowing where she came from and just having that confidence and grace.
Hmm.
It's great. It's
Yeah,
very
and it gives you a sense of power. It gives you a sense of hope. So a lot of her work is very inspirational. And I have my little days where it's just like I'm down and stuff like that. And yeah, you've punched over quite a few of her inspirational quotes out, and it's been it's the sunshine on a cloudy day, right?
it is, and that's what you need
Yeah.
because it's not every day is going to be the greatest, but you know what I mean.
Hmm.
You gotta cope and get through it, and that's a great coping mechanism.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So that's writing wise. So some other. What about in your art, in like what you do as a graphic artist, and in the realm of arts and stuff and artwork? I mean, how were there any people that you wanted to emulate? Any women that were inspirational on that front?
Well, because I started off as kind of a fine artist, right? So I used to draw a lot. I had got my first sketch pad. I bought it myself, and I would spend hours and hours just sitting around the kitchen table, just drawing anything I could get
Hmm.
my hands on. pictures from magazines, still lives that I could make anything. But, as far as the artist part of me goes, I definitely have to say, Georgia O'Keeffe is pretty neat. She's ultimate feminism. A lot of people are a little about her, but you can't deny the fact that she's ultra feminism. I definitely, um, it's optical art, right? So it's Bridget Riley, and she was British, right? She's from Britain, and you got to check her stuff out if you haven't. Her stuff came out like in the '60s and stuff, and she is, I guess, known as like the mother of optical art or of op art. The movement that came out. So one thing that's pretty popular that most people would probably know about is the movement of squares. And I mean, if you think of Escher, I mean, everything's an optical illusion. It could be black or white, it could be the colors and the repetition, but I'm telling you, it makes your eyes move. And to know something color and to know shapes that well and how to integrate them is amazing. Totally amazing. So
Awesome.
those would be my top two, but I can't discount Frida Kahlo. Hello, love her.
Frida, yes.
They had over at the Dolly Museum, which we'd love to go to.
Yes, the Dolly's awesome.
They had an exhibit with her, and I went with a group of women that I was just like, we got to go. We're going to grab lunch. We're going to do this whole thing, and I have to say, if you don't know Frida Kahlo, you need to go check her out. But you need to check her out as far as checking out the research. I'm not talking about just looking at certain, paintings. Start from the beginning, because most artists, they go through a transformation. Everyone does. So they usually start out in a realistic type of painting, and they're darn good until they find their style. And you see the transformation where you're just like, now every single painting you see that she did it. And she does the best self portraiture, but being the fact that she got hit when she was in a public bus, so she was in pain all the time. So she was in, which is just unbearable to think of. Like they had like it was like a cast iron thing, like a bodice
Mm-hmm.
to keep her in place, and she would basically be laying down and painting off of the reflection.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, my eyesight doesn't even go that far.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Just the fact of seeing, and you look at that painting and you're like, oh my God, that's what you did and overcame to get that product.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And you've done some amazing, you've done amazing Frida painting as well, actually here in San Antonio.
Yes. Yep. Gotta paint. Gotta paint.
Yeah.
Gotta go back
You
to
don't have it, or did you give it away?
I did.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. I was like, you should show us, but she gave it away. So, as most artists do, they do these amazing works, and that's what she did. And then, you know, it gets adorned in somebody's home, and they get to look at that and enjoy it from here on out. But amazing. Cool. So, what other so I know that you work also with aspiring younger folks, right? That are working towards discovering art. So tell us a little bit about what you've done with some of those folks. I think you did something recently with a group of females, right?
Yes.
So just explain a little bit about that to us.
So, one of my passions is definitely giving back to the community, and something that is very much lacking in the school system, is the fact that all the arts, and it doesn't need to be just drawing and painting. It could be, visual arts, could be photography, it could be dance, it could be writing, any of that, culinary arts. So to me, that's huge because it gives kids that creativeness that takes them away from the school world. The amount of testing that they have to do.
That left side, right side, right?
Yes. It helps them cope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that helped me cope,
Mhm.
because, your brain is running. You could sketch something out, you could write words, you could do word association, you could do pictures, anything that connects you to that. So I try to give back to the community in that way. And I had a chance to get invited to a series of, it's called Lighthouse, and they are raising awareness for blind people. So they actually have a product where they make these bracelets, and they have certain, you can get it personalized, and it has like leather. I don't have a picture of it, but it has like leather bands. So, but the kids make them themselves.
Mhm.
So basically they're going through this entrepreneurism where they sit there and they figure out their business plan, their MBI. If they need to raise sales, how are they going to do that? How are they going to meet the demand? So all of that. So they brought me in to talk about the marketing because they're going to come up with a logo. So I went in there and I kind of just chit chatted with them again. There was technical difficulties.
There always is technical difficulties.
We powered through like we're doing now. We powered
Yes.
through. We will prevail. And they had a great time. So,
Mhm.
we bounced a lot of ideas. I mean, it was primarily women, and they're about high schoolers.
Mhm.
And, it's just great because you can have a business now. You can do a lot of different things that, they're trying to integrate in school that, we necessarily didn't have a chance to have,
Mhm.
not in my high school. We didn't
Mhm.
really think of that. It's like you go out and get a job, and you hopefully you get good medical benefits. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, you're working through it as opposed to visualizing what you're going to do and get that plan towards it. It was just, we're going to go to work. Got to pay the bills, go to college, got to pay the bills. So it's just working, not necessarily establishing a business or working towards a business that you would want to do
Yeah,
necessarily.
most people. I mean, if you're gonna have a business, you're gonna want to work there. You're gonna be
Hmm.
passionate about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that, I mean, a business takes time. It takes a lot of your time.
Hmm.
So you want to make it worth your while. You know.
Hmm.
So I will definitely be following up with them and kind of doing a little mentorship and stuff. But they came up with great ideas. I love it. You just feed off of that stuff.
Yeah, awesome.
So
Awesome. So how about your business? So as a female business owner, and you've brought your business from the ground up. I mean, how long have you been doing? Um, have you had your business in its entirety?
um, probably like close to 20 years.
Yeah, so 2 decades of doing it and building it from the ground up. What would you say to those future female entrepreneurs out there as they're building their empire from the ground up?
Definitely strategize it. I mean, you need to have a business plan. You need to find out if it meets your minimum viable income. Do not quit your day job till you
Yeah.
figured it out.
Hmm.
Because a lot of people have great ideas and great hobbies, but they don't pan out. And if they don't pan out, then basically, what are you going to do?
Hmm.
You want to have a business. It is a business. You need to make money in order to pay your bills. So have that strategy, go through making sure you have the proper business plan and a goal. And then afterwards, I would definitely start, working it up as building up your contacts, because right now it's, network marketing, especially in COVID. It's who you know. Who
Hmm.
can I refer you to? You know why I'm going to refer that person? Because I know, like, and trust them. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I don't have to
Hmm.
worry about, like going to a CPA. It's like, I don't know this person. You know them because
Hmm.
I just referred that person and I know that person. I know their kids. So it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Um, and to be authentic. People will pick up on that. If you're not authentic, no one's going to want to bother, you know?
Hmm. So it's a little scary probably for an 18-year-old to be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and press off and okay, I got my day job, but I'm going to go press off and go into strategizing and working my business in this lane. So, but the networking part is kind of scary, especially for a young female. What kind of tips would you give to that young female that's, you know, just starting out? Because that I know to me is like super scary, you know, getting that first pitch and talking to that you know, that next client potentially, or that kind of thing. So, I mean, um, how would you work that one with a young female?
Um, I would definitely look at different groups. I would look at mentoring, finding a good mentor.
Okay.
If you are 18 or, well, have you graduated yet? You're at that point. I would look into entrepreneurism and finding a good plan. And
Mm-hmm.
there's tons of it out there. Especially for women, we have the SBA, Small Business Association. I am actually a certified small business woman, minority owned. I mean, I've got it federal, state, different
Mm-hmm.
counties at this point. But you can go through there, and even going through there, you can actually get free help
Mm-hmm.
because
So you can find a mentor to help you with all of these different things.
exactly,
Outstanding.
they have
Good.
classes that you
Mm-hmm.
can take for free, and they have people that work for you, and our taxpayer dollars go towards that. So everything's
Mm-hmm.
free. You don't have to worry about that. Over here, there's about 4 different places that you can go to get that information. Um, and, where I had popped in, more of that entrepreneurial is being rolled out to younger kids that are at
Good.
that point before,
Mm-hmm.
they graduate college. And actually, I think UT rolled out an entrepreneurism class, or like a path. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's like a certification or whatever, but they have like studies for that.
Okay.
I'm not sure about USF, but a lot of the colleges are doing it as well. So, but to me, it's kids are just doing so much stuff at a younger pace. I mean, you see
Mm-hmm.
11-year-olds, showing products on YouTube, making, crazy money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these kids already know about electronics.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get them so that they can see, because the way we're doing business has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So we have entrepreneurism. Now with COVID, it's changed more. We're going to find out we don't need to have huge office space.
Mm-hmm.
It's wide open.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming out and taking time with us today. I miss you.
I
I
know.
love you.
Hug,
I know,
hug.
hugs, hugs. But thanks for coming out and working with celebrating women. This is our topic for the next couple of weeks as we are rolling into Women's History Month. And one last thing. Do you have anything special or fun as far as graphics goes that you're doing for Women's History Month?
Not really. I mean, I am supposed to be rolling some stuff out
Mm-hmm.
the next couple of weeks. Um, but it kind of flips back and forth. It depends how much I can actually do with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be more of a artistic, going back to drawing. So we'll see how
Sweet.
that goes.
Well, we look forward to seeing it in the next couple of weeks. And for the rest of you guys, we will be talking with more amazing females for the month of March for Women's History Month. And until then, we will see you. Take care, everybody.